Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lux Anguis Serpentine Publisher. And today's topic is about my recent gnosis and insight into the infinite divine. As of right now, I've gotten many personal experiences with the spiritual side of darkness. And I say this, it is very interesting interactions when you meditate on a daily basis, when you walk on yourself on a daily basis. And plus, the plus points, if you work a corporate job or any job, you are not always timely free and to choose how much your time can invest in your personal stuff, and so it can happen that you are not sleeping well, right and tight, you will not have much time to sleep. And it can happen, like if your daily sleeping schedule is so by 6 to 5 hours, that your logical mind, your filtering mind stops working properly. And so it can happen when you are calling upon supernatural occult forces, that like these energies in these time phrases where you are more dominantly tired are more apparent to you with interactions and all such. And these dark forces, let me tell you, like that what I've experienced recently is like, if you work with them for some bigger projects and some bigger self actualization and self ascending and self mastery type of way, like if you call dark forces for self evolution and you give them some type of offerings, out of respect, out of appreciation, you give them some type of offering like candle, your own blood, your saliva, your sexual energies in many types of way, your incense, art pieces, some type of way in this direction manner. You give it to them, and in their name you gifted this sacrifice unto them. So what happens? It can happen when you call on a more higher, darker force, a more higher being, and like out of self-intuition or something like that, you give them an offering. And it seems like this offering was okay for right now. But I have experienced like these beings have also a will and a feeling on their own. It can happen that these darker beings can feel about the sacrifice otherwise. You know, it can happen. It feels otherwise. It can happen. It feels like this isn't enough. This isn't enough. I want something more. I want for my help. I want for my interaction with you, human or magician or anything like that, a little bit of more sacrifice. And it can happen when you are not that much psychically, intuitively open to the spiritual world out there. It can happen that they start to manipulate circumstances inwardly and as outwardly. That something is gonna happen. Either you are cutting yourself accidentally and you releasing blood onto the floor or somewhere else, and these beings, as because you are already connected with these beings are starting, because of your vicinity there, absorbing your indirect spirit offerings onto them. So they will take like something like it is more harmless. It is more harmless taking of bigger sacrifices from you. It is more like harmless. Okay, you cut yourself in a thing. Okay, little blood spirit is on there, and yeah, you feel it wasn't an accident. Like if you feel this wasn't an accident, it was somehow manipulated. Your intuition is right. And I think in the forest before me, some type of deer or something. I don't know. Something is watching me. But well, let's focus back on the topic. And yeah, it can happen that these beings will start, because if you're not psychically open, that they will cause some type of accidents as energy generator of dark energies for them to absorb and get powerful through it, So that's why it's important that it depends on our occasion that you prepare bigger sacrifices for these beings, that they are satisfied, And what I have experienced is like I have worked my ass off the last weeks. Like really, I had low sleep schedule. I have walked my ass off. Like I always think right now martial arts. I'm going body workout, and working on myself personally, spiritually, mentally, materially. And yeah, the sleeping schedule is pretty low, and I know if you are tired, your logical mind automatically is lower. You don't filtering that much what is happening around you by materia, because materia at the old occult studies is exists out of 5 elements. That includes earth, earth, water, air, and also ether. And ether is like the origin of every element that there is right now. Like the ether is a spiritual principle that emanates through all creation, And we usually only have 5 senses. Our 6th sense is also active, but most of the time not much developed and not much stimulated through meditative or ritualistic practice, And it can happen when you are sleepy, that you stop thinking with your 5 senses only. You are perceiving more and more the unconscious world, the subconscious more the shadow realm, because of the sleepiness. And what happened, like on a Friday, like I was really damn tired. I just want to go sleep. I meditated for 1.5 hours, then I crawled to my bed and just went blank coma mode, And like before I went, like this state before you completely went in a deep sleep, that you feel like between dream world and the real world. And then when I have came to these stages of between the real world and dream world, I clearly heard literally dark, mainly switching voice, because before I go to sleep I also called another more demonical being, like, man, it is always the fucking same with you, like really angry with me, really angry with it. Damn, it's always the same with you, man. Every time it's always the same with you. And like I really felt like, okay, this was like a angry being or messenger, because I could relate why this could be the case. So what happened is, like, I felt, because I was just too tired to do anything, I just fell then to sleep and have like literally 5 minutes afterwards a forced wet dream. You know what a wet dream is? It's like you perceive something in the sleeping stages that keeps you going, and you release then your material sexual energies. And right after this happened, like right after I felt I released this material form of sexual energy, I got the picture in my mind. Like I really, something put a picture in my mind where I should sacrifice, or where I should put these sexual energies on, and which beings are like not really satisfied with my sacrifices. And this was for me one example how these dark hierarchical and demonical beings can enforce on you doing sacrifices when they are not satisfied with your giving pace. This is like one example for me, where they are communicating with some type of lower or higher being, that they enforce the sacrifice on you. Like this, keep in mind, the dark occultism like usually is dangerous, but mostly for the beginner. Like I'm not a beginner, so I wouldn't mess with this as a like pretty hard beginner with any more darker hierarchies and demonical beings, because of that, because this can really much happen. They can enforce sacrifices on you. Yeah, I will leave it there. Like, just keep in mind, when you're walking with more darker demonical beings, and this just also depends what you want from them, that you are keeping your word true to them and you are giving them proper sacrifices, proper self-made sacrifices. Otherwise they will take it otherwise from you. And yeah guys, I will leave it there. I'm Max Angvis and we shall see you again. Goodbye guys.